Alright guys, welcome back to the half-fast 719. Alright, before I get started on this walk around of this truck, let's go check out the parts. Let's go check out these parts we got, kid got, whatever you want to call it. This is gonna be a long video because I gotta go over a lot of crap. A lot of stuff on the truck. Sorry for the wind in advance. But buddy just came, picked up the trailer, flatbed, or the utility trailer, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so here we go. We got two front bumpers. It looks like the metal of this bumper is really good. Plastic is not so good. Bumpers not the greatest on that one. Plastic is good. So these little bump things, you can sell those bump things, you can sell the plastic, whatever. Yeah. So that one's got hooks, blah blah blah. Alright, let's get to the parts. So we got a fender, obviously. That's the cowl. The cowl actually is for the truck, has to go on the truck. Front fender, this one's the worst fender. It's got this dent in it. Flies on landing on me. Got that big dent in it, and that's pretty much all it has. It's got a couple little dents, dings, dent there, scratches, kind of beat up. Seats, so these are the back seat rest things. That's a rear seat there, folding seat. This seat's got a pretty good sized tear in it, and they're filthy dirty. So that's the driver's side, and here's the passenger side. See how dirty they are. Not sure if they're worth cleaning, or just try to get I don't know, reupholster kit for it. So here's the tailgate. It is a Dodge Ram tailgate. Seems to be in alright condition, just paint chipping, peeling. Doesn't seem to be too bad of condition. So definitely seen worse. It's got a little bow to it, but whatever. Here's the door. Nothing that crazy. It's just a door, basically. It's just a door skin with the handle, which the kid's truck handle already broke once, so we might be able to swap that. It does look like it has window tracks, or at least one window track down in there. And then this is the other fender. This fender's pretty good condition. So I'm assuming they're for this truck. Ram 250. It's the Zombie Hunter Edition. Tell bought it from a hillbilly. But it has the what do you call these? Hinge springs. Whatever you want to call those. Yeah, hinge springs. What does this one have? Not even sure. These aren't even a matching set. So, like the rest of the truck, they're different in their own weird way. This one says Power Ram 250 Cummins Turbo Diesel, which is probably the right one. And this one is probably not the Cummins. This one's probably off a earlier model Dodge truck, because I don't think any of the 90s or whatever had this logo that I've seen. That could be, somebody could have put it on there. But I'm pretty sure it's the same fender. Don't know. Don't know. We won't know until we try to fit it. If not, I know a place where there's a fender. A couple fenders. Alright, and then we got the Mini Cummins. It looks just like a Cummins. It's a little 6-cylinder P-pump. So this is a cylinder. So we got this extra. I paid $100 for it from the guy. The guy didn't want to let it go, but he brought it up. He said, "Oh, I'll even throw in a pee pump." I was like, "Oh, what is it?" He says, "Oh, it's a pee pump." "Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna keep it." I was like, "All right." Then he went and grabbed it and showed it to me. And he's like, "You know what? Give me $100 for it." I was like, "All right, I'll give you $100 for it." Even just to keep it, just because they look cool. I did take this. I think this is the AFC housing. I took this off. It's missing 3 screws. I took it off. Somewhere in there, there's a little cast aluminum threaded piece. It's broken, but there's 2 screws, so I'm sure you can get parts for it. So anyway, got that, and then got a limited slip. Here's a, not even sure this is for this truck. It looks way too small. He did have a lot of Toyota stuff. This looks like it's a Spicer? Yeah. So that looks like it could be for the truck. This diff cover is a Dana of 95, 907, 95. There's no tag on it. So, not sure if that's a front or a rear. Kind of looks too small to be a rear. So, we got some pinions, some pinion gears. This one's looks a little beat up, but yeah, this one is probably for the Dana 70. That one looks like it's actually for the truck. This one might be for a front. That's pinion for a front, probably like a Dana 60, Dana 60. This is probably Dana 70. This cover's probably Dana 60. And we got a diff, a third member, a spool, whatever you want to call it. Supposedly it's a limited slip, which it looks like it, because limited slips are, that's just what they look like. If it wasn't, it would just be spider gearing in there. So anyway, yeah, so this was just all extra that he had. That I don't really think he wanted to get rid of this stuff, because as I was loading it, he was like, "Oh, you know, I'll just keep it. We'll just keep it here." I'm like, "No, I'll just take it." I'm like, "No, you know, just come back and get it," like as if he was gonna put it somewhere, and then somebody would have stole it magically. I don't know if he would have done that. I'm just assuming, but yeah. So that's just all extra stuff. So I'm gonna say, you know, it's probably $1,000 worth of stuff extra. So yeah, let me go wash my hands, and then we'll do the truck. Go in, walk around, and check out the truck. I just don't want you guys in all this wind. So see you guys at the truck. All right, back. Got the hands washed. All right, multimeter. Not gonna use it. You guys just take my word for it. Anyway, the truck would not start. Had a problem with getting it started. Wouldn't start it, couldn't start it. To load it, ended up having to get this big old industrial battery charger and putting it on boost, and then it was able to fire up. But main reason is because they had 2 batteries, Optima junk and this Marine RV Crappa battery. Battery here, no voltage at all, 0. Stick the multimeter on there, 0, dead. That is 8 volts. So when we're trying to jump start it, do whatever, all we're doing is trying to put power back into this and trying to charge that stupid battery. So when we got here, when the truck got here, hooked my truck up, well, I hooked up a jump box and jump started with this battery, and it would turn over, but the jump box and that battery were just charging that battery and that battery. So technically probably only had 11 volts between all 4, because it was going through this and this. So what I ended up doing is disconnecting the battery, that battery, because that was the main battery, they said. Disconnected that battery completely, hooked the jumper cables up directly to the positive and negative on the truck, and fired up. What do you know? Go figure. Alright, so let's get to this thing. The 93 Dodge Ram W250. So W's four-wheel drive. Second gen front bumper. Armor Pro, or actually, it actually says something on it. I can't remember. It says Iron Bull. So I don't think the kid wants to keep it. LED bar. If we take it off, the truck will lose probably 500 foot-pounds of torque. So we'll have to keep it on there. Just kidding. Anyway, LED bar, I don't know what the deal is. That crap's going, I don't even know where, trash or something. Or in the garage, I don't know. Anyway, front bumper probably coming off. LED bar coming off. And check this out. This is why I decided to tell the kid to buy it. First gen, 12 valve, P pumped. It's got a P pump right there. It's a P pump. So you got different versions of injection pumps. So P pump, dual ram, Banks system right there. Dual dead battery tray. This right here probably has more power than those batteries without batteries. So what I've noticed so far is we got a front main seal leaking, just dumping oil. And it looks like the serpentine belt is a wrong serpentine belt, or it's missing two ribs, which I'm thinking it's missing two ribs because in the clutch, the fan clutch has a bunch of this stuff. Looks like ribs from a serpentine belt. So it has a bunch of that wedged in it, so it's solid. So first order of business obviously is to clean it. Just waiting for the kid so he can see it. He physically hasn't seen the truck yet. He doesn't know what he bought. But yeah, so yeah. Looks like we got air conditioning stuff in here. It does have an exhaust brake. It's a pack brake, I think, pack brake or a BD brake, vacuum controlled. Doesn't work. Brakes don't work. Well, the brakes work, but they have no pressure in the brake booster because the hose for the vacuum pump is completely rotted out. Like, you could put 100 psi in there and you probably wouldn't get a half a psi in the other end. So anyway, so what do we got there? It's a clutch master cylinder. It's a 5-speed. So with all that being said, we have an NV4500 out of a second gen 5-speed. Oh man, I'm gonna crawl under here. So clutch needs a clutch, needs some seals. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the tranny out. It's the first time being under it because where they live is just up in the hills and the trees, and they got rocks and huge spiders and stuff, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm just looking under the truck, looking at this ghetto modified exhaust. Looks like it goes 3-inch to 4-inch and then all the way out to 4-inch. The kid said he does want to do a muffler on it. It does have an air dog. Oh, because it is a P pump, it does have an air dog, lift pump, whatever you want to call it, that's in there. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is we'll drop the tranny. The transfer case, we'll take the tranny out. And I'm gonna go through the tranny, check it out, because he's really adamant about something possibly being wrong inside the transmission, which means that bearings are probably bad. But he sold it to me as clutch is bad. It looks like they got a really bad pinion angle. This front axle, things like perfectly level with the ground, so I'll have to somehow rotate it. It looks like they have wedges in there, shims, between the leaf springs, so maybe remove those and rotate it. It's got Bilstein 5100s all the way around. Not sure if they're good. It does have a crossover steering, which is a lot better than the first gen four-wheel drive steering stuff. So we'll have to play with that and check that all out. Doesn't look like the greatest of welds, but at least it's there. Maybe I can run over them with the TIG welder once we get them off, or if we get them off. But it is a real four-wheel drive. It is not a real 5-speed. It was an automatic converted, but it's not like it was you know, they convert really easy from automatics to manuals. They convert really easy, but to go from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, they're kind of a pain. He did say he had a new front drive shaft, or new U-joints, because the drive shaft broke. Obviously it broke because you got the wrong pinion angle. And yeah, and it busted the, I don't know if you can see it, busted the exhaust. So the kid wants to do 4-inch exhaust anyway. Does look like it's got a newer slave cylinder. The clutch slave cylinder looks newer. So he spent a lot of money on this truck, supposedly. Supposedly it's got Hamilton cam, which one I don't know. It's got Hamilton valve springs, Hamilton tappets, Hamilton push rods. Supposedly it's got all Hamilton valve train, is what I'm getting at. And yeah, so it's got a lot of stuff to it. Like, the kid had a lot of money. He got into an accident supposedly on a motorcycle, and he dumped a lot of money into this thing. Anyway, yeah, the bed is beat to poop. So right now it's got well used size of the 37, 13.5 by 17s. It will need wheel seals in the rear, or whatever, hub seals, wheel bearing seals. It is a diesel. It's tall, it's big. This door is not the right door. However, it works, and it sags down quite a bit. But I don't know if it's just hinges. I can't really see in there. So we'll just have the kid lifting it. It is brown interior, which if you guys watch my videos, you'll know we converted his truck over. I bought a first gen that needed a tranny. So we bought it, did some work to it, exhaust and stuff, and swapped over the interior from that truck because it was gray interior. But yeah, it says 230,000 miles. I don't know, believe it or not, I don't know. I believe this is for the exhaust brake. He said something about this wiring needs to be resoldered. So manual transmission, does have a stereo. Steering wheel is not from this truck. Supposedly the steering column, something happened. Man, it's so hot to be riding right now. Rebels. Anyway, steering column, he said, was out of a older truck. It was all he could find locally because he said that the steering column that they had was pretty much just trash. What else we got? It does look like it has all the interior except for, oh no, I guess it does have it all. I think I was looking at the ashtray was open earlier, so I thought it was missing a cover. It's missing a button. It's got all that junk. It's got the glove box. There's a new U-joint in the glove box. It's got boot shifters. Clutch, brake, e-brake does work. It's got this towing brake junk that probably needs to come out of here because it's 4,000 years old. But yeah, we got a free set of pliers. Nipex. It's like the same pliers my kid bought me. Pretty cool. I thought they were a new brand, but they look pretty old. So it does need a hood latch. The hood, not the hood latch, but the hood release. Probably the cable and the arm. Seats torn. Headliner's not too bad. It is falling down over there. If you guys watch any of my videos, you guys know that I can do the headliners pretty quick in these. Oh man, I do not want to go driving with him. And I do not want to drive this truck. Seats fold up, 25 cents. Yeah, oh, 26 cents. Oh, nice. Has an extra one of these. It's for the fuse box down there. Goes on the under the steering. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll probably find drugs. There's already a beer can in here. There's a lot of RTV. There's RTV stuff over there. So I'm not really going to mess with it. I'm just going to let the kid come home and he can play with it. Oh, let's have Pro Comp boost gauge. So auto meter gauges, which are pretty nice. This is the dude that picked up the truck, towing company. If you guys need towing, I don't know how far he goes, but this guy, pretty cool guy, really nice guy. His name was Larry. There is his phone number. Yeah, if you need towing, I'm kind of thinking, he said he was going to Utah, so I don't know how far east he goes, but he does do not Hot Shot Secret, but anyway, I'm trying to keep it in focus, but it's so hot, I don't know what it's doing. So Larry Cooper, so that's his number. Really cool guy. I was not expecting that guy. Also, he was last minute. I'll just say that he was last minute resort. So whew, it's hot in here already, man. I gotta get out of this truck. So the girl says that there's only one key that works. And it's kind of funny because my kid's truck was brown, same way, and this door's different. This door's gray, and the rest of the doors are brown. Or the other door's brown. But yeah, so a lot of work is going to go into this thing. A lot of YouTubing possibly will go into this. Just don't know how the kid feels about doing the YouTube. It's mainly probably me. So, yeah. This is what we got. This is what he's got. So, it does seem to... I mean, it seems to go into all the gears. So, I kind of don't think the training is bad. Because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it is. I'll tear it all apart since it's out. Put seals in it. Whatever's leaking, fix it. Oh my God. Ankle. So, yeah, the door sags, but I don't really know. It just feels like a hinge. So, whew. Oh, back bumper. Let me show you the back bumper. I think the back bumper is pretty cool. I think you should keep the back bumper. I like the back bumper. It fits the truck. I think I'm gonna talk him into keeping this back bumper. Same thing, iron bowl. Put some D-rings on here. Can't get any more redneck than that. He's got a receiver hitch. There he goes. He wanted to put one on his truck. So, yeah, whatever is what it is. But, alright guys, this video is getting too long. I'm already pushing probably like 25 minutes, but that's the walk around of that truck. And, yeah, if you have battery issues and you got 2 batteries, check one of the batteries, because if you got a completely dead battery, this battery is trying to put power to this battery, so you got 8 volts here, it's trying to put 3 to 4 volts into there, so technically you're only running 4 volts, probably max. So I know that battery's good, so what we'll do is we'll probably pull these stupid battery holder things out of here and sell those for $1 million. And yeah, anyway, so I do have front main cover, gasket, seal. I do have that already because they double shipped me ones for my kids' truck. So anyway guys, I keep rambling on. There's a lot to talk about. See you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for this video where I'm going to be doing a turbo on my kid's first gen, his 2-wheel drive. So, see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, do what you guys do. Later.